Malina had all 13 of her points in the third quarter. How important was that for tonight's win?
Really important. I don't know why Melina's been starting off slow. It's been like she waits till the second half and then she just gets going. But what I'm proud of her, she doesn't give up. I think what's happened a couple times, she gets in a little bit of foul trouble. Then she kind of gets passive, and the second half comes out just looking to attack the rim and looking to score. But she's not playing her best basketball right now, but she's had great second halves that helped us win. She did that last game and this game. I just don't want that to be a trend.
Hey, what's going to be beneficial by having all these guards that can shoot the basketball?
It's essential. I think that was one of the problems in the past, was just not being able to shoot the ball. And, I just don't want us to live and die by the three. So, this game 8 for 16. I think a couple games ago we were 10 for 16 from the three. So it's good when it's falling. When, Taryn comes in hot, then it gets contagious. But I don't want us to always settle. And we were playing against a team that loves to shoot the three. They only had 3 more threes. But I still want us to attack. And just the thing that concerns me is we continue to start off really slow. I think it was a little better tonight, but it's still, we lost the first 2, 5-minute segments, and we just wait until the second half. And I think that as our opponents get tougher, it's going to be harder. So I'm trying to address that and figuring out, strategies and practice to do it, so it's getting better, but it's just, we're not there yet. And I think that that's when we kind of turn the corner and become a better team, is when we can start off with that fight and not wait till second half.
It seemed like you were getting good looks early, just a lot of those shots weren't going in.
Well, we were settling for really fast shots, and we weren't. I think what I look at is the defense. Just kind of letting them do what they want. I know that the first shot, you're hitting a 3 off the backboard, and then that got Sadino going, but after that, just letting them do what they want. We have to assert ourselves better defensively and then look to attack offensively in the first few minutes of the game, because that sets the tone. Then you kind of get caught on your heels, and then you give another team confidence. And I don't think, that concerns me. And I just have to figure out, that's my job. So if it's slow starts, it's my fault. I got to figure out how to address that and fix it.
Coach, you came out the second half and you picked up 3 quarters. I mean, I remember going back to the Alcorn State game when they pressed you. I think that kind of, got you in the flow of the second half. Was that something that maybe you're going to continue, just depending on the, because they did very well, especially on the side when they were trapping.
Yeah.
They took them way out of their game.
So I like that. The problem is, the reason why I don't do that the whole game, but what I noticed with this team, if we do stuff aggressively, we play better. I think that's just the style, and getting the pulse of the team. But we cannot do that for 40 minutes. So for me, it's hard because we don't have a tremendous amount of depth, and we have a lot of people that are banged up. So I have to be able to conserve and save minutes. So it's just not realistic to do it much more. So sometimes I'll wait till second half when we need like that rhythm or that boost. But yeah, we're trying to tinker with a couple of those different ways to get us going.
Now, Taryn said in her segment that she came up to you in the shoot-around and said, my knee's feeling good. So did you play her more minutes than anticipated originally? Or
No.
Obviously the shots were falling, so you're going to keep her.
Well, and that's one of the reasons. I think that, I do have to be conscious and watch her minutes. It's not for now, it's for in January. And then just for her situation of, just being smart with the way I use her and a few other people. But she came in on fire, and I think she was doing really good. And I did ask her how she's feeling, so I have to, with a few people, I have to kind of manage that, for the future. But she came in, she was 3 for 5 from the 3, 5 rebounds. In 27 minutes, 19 points. I think that's one of the reasons why I also left her in. She was doing a great job, and she was playing the 1 and 2 and doing great. And I liked the combination. Her and Lucia had some really good chemistry going. It provided a chance for LB to go one-on-one a lot more because no one could help off the shooters. So I thought that gave us something good. And, and even Lauren and Julia came in and gave us really good minutes. Lauren had 6 rebounds, 3 offensive. That was big, and she had that in 8 minutes. So she did a good job, too.
Lucia hit that 3 as the shot clock was winding down. Did it seem like in the first half that everything she was taking was going to go in?
Well, it did seem like that with Lucia, and I kept on saying, keep on looking for your shot. But if you look at Lucia's efficiency, she's got to take care of the ball a little bit more. She's getting 1 or 2 travels a game, and that's just freshman mistakes. But Lucia is productive with 6 shot attempts. So I'd like Lucia to be probably in the 8-10 shot attempts because she's one of our best shooters. She's so smart, and I want her to be more aggressive. We've been talking about that. She shot extra yesterday after practice, and she's got to be a scorer for us, and she's got to look to get people involved and run our offense, but she has to be a little bit more selfish.
said the most difficult thing for her is the language barrier. How have you guys tried to assist her along with that?
Well, you know, she's got to be vocal, and I think one of the hardest positions in basketball, especially as a freshman, is a point guard. So you got to come in, run the team, and then with the language barrier, it's another added like difficulty. So I think she's managed it really well, but because of the language, I don't think that allows her to be as vocal. You know, and sometimes they'll laugh because sometimes she'll say, Mita, Mita, and they're always like, huh? But it's kind of funny. But I think she's doing a really good job. And what we have to remember, she's a freshman. And, you know, she's got stuff to work on, but like any freshman does, I think she's done a tremendous job of coming in and running the team, giving all those barriers, you know, giving all those difficulties. It's harder. So, but she's doing better and better every day.
Now, Cedeno had 16 points at half, and he held her to 8 points in the second half. And I noticed she extended the defense out a little bit because she can't obviously pop from three. Was it just basically? I mean, I'm looking at the stats, and it was a one-person team.
Well, I challenged them at halftime that she needs to not get any more open looks. So we were not helping as much off of her, and that was strategic because if someone was going to beat us, it wasn't going to be her for 20 more.
Yeah.
We knew she'd make a couple, and she got a couple going to the rim, but she didn't have any more open threes, I don't think, in the second half. So that was the most important thing because she was killing us. As soon as our hands were down, NBA range or not, you know, she's a great player. So that was the challenge at halftime. So, and you know, I think one of the signs of growth of this team and with the culture and the team is, you know, we talked at halftime as coaches, and then I went into halftime to go talk to the team out of our coaching area, went into the team film room to talk to them, and they had their own points on the board and what they wanted to do, and I think that it's just an area that we've really grown in, and I was proud. I didn't tell them that exactly at the time. I'll go tell them now, but they wrote on the board what they wanted their goals to be, and it was on point, and it was really good to see because this team wouldn't have done that a couple of months ago. So the signs that we are growing and improving, and I was pretty proud of that. That was a kind of a moment I was like, it was pretty awesome. Just the small things we celebrate as coaches, I guess. I was proud of it. You guys don't look too excited, but I was. But no, I thought it was cool.
Going into your next game against USD, what's the things you're gonna have to work on with that team?
So we have New Mexico State
that's
first.
right.
So we have them on the road, which is tough. So this is a really tough week that's going to challenge us. It's a lot of games in a few days with not a lot of rest, and they're really good teams. New Mexico and USD are going to press a lot, and taking care of the ball has been an area that we have to improve in. So now there's no time to celebrate too long. We celebrate tonight. Tomorrow it is New Mexico and New Mexico State, and we're just going to be ready for them, and we leave on Saturday, and it's time to go. But I think these are good challenges for us, facing different teams. Now, Southern Utah and FAU, they were teams that have shooters. Now we're playing a team that's not as great at shooting, but really athletic and really big pressing. So these challenges are preparing us for the Pac-12, and it's going to be a good test.
Are you going to advise any of your players to change their individual routines in order to get off to a faster start?
Well, that's a great point. I think that they have to stick to their routine, but I'm challenging everybody individually to find a way to bring a little bit more in the beginning. And then if that doesn't happen, as a coach, I have to maybe help them with some changes that will help us. But I'm trying to give them the chance to figure out the problem and do it, and we've talked about it. But it was better tonight, but it's not what I expect. And it's not what we can do against better teams, especially on the road. So I'm going to challenge them some more and then probably just I have to help them figure it out. It's my job.
We thought about changing the starting lineup or just wait and see.
I have, but I didn't want to jump to that. I wanted to first challenge them and say, hey, this is our problem. This is we're not going to win games because of this. So I'm not someone that wants to get into changing a ton because I think players need to get a rhythm and know what to expect. But it just is a problem. So I'm going to think about just some different strategies and some different things before I go to changing the lineup. But I might have to because maybe see if there's a different lineup that gives us more energy.
It seems like Lauren only she plays to start the game and then doesn't play again. Is that by design or is it just kind of?
No, it's just kind of how it's been. I mean, so Lauren's a great defender. She's a great glue person. I think what's been hard is then subbing like Taryn in, and Taryn comes in hot, so then it affects Lauren's minutes. just because Taryn has played so good off the bench the last couple games. So that's been hard. That's kind of affected Farron and Lauren, but they're all really important in different ways. Because then Lauren came in, and I was proud of the way she came in and hustled after boards, hit 2 shots. So I was proud. It's hard to do that when you start. You sit for a while and you got to come in. So
She sat a long time and she came right out and she grabbed a couple boards and I mean, it
I
was
know.
just
So
like,
it's important. So I think the things that can't happen at the beginning of the game from the starting group is easy turnovers, no defense. Those are the mistakes that can't happen. That's one of the reasons why we're starting off so slow, because we're not playing great defense in the beginning. So that's something that has to be fixed, and I don't know the answer yet.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys.
Nice game, Coach.
A win's a win. Ooh. Ugly or pretty, right?
That's right.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.